Hello and welcome to the Big Wobble. It's a summer of insane heat temperatures. The second highest temperature ever recorded in the entire world, 165 degrees Fahrenheit or 74 degrees Celsius, were recorded last week in Iran. ACU weather meteorologist Anthony Sagliani quoted, "That was one of the most incredible temperature observations I have ever seen, and it is one of the most extreme readings ever in the world," he said. A biblical event in Russia this week. Swarms of locusts are threatening thousands of hectares of farmland in southern Russia. The Russians are claiming it's the worst invasion in years. A recent heat wave that saw temperatures rise to nearly 40 degrees Celsius is thought to have caused the invasion. The insects are now reportedly migrating to neighbouring regions. There were 10 major earthquakes in the month of July 2015. It's been an average year so far for major quakes in 2015, with a total of 84 for the year up to August 1st. 2013 had 81 major quakes at the same period, finishing that year with 140 magnitude 6+ quakes. 2014 had a much higher count with 109 and finishing the year on 156. Is volcanic sulfur to blame for the deaths of 1/3 of Icelandic sheep? A micro insight as to what will happen when the big one goes bang. Over 1/3 of Iceland's sheep have died this year, and scientists are at a loss to why. The unexplained deaths hitting West and North Iceland remain an enigma. A blue moon shines over Mexico's erupting colossus, Popocatépetl volcano. The video captures the volcanic activity on August 1st along with the full blue moon. Beautiful.
Everyone. There are multiple alerts in effect tonight as authorities warn of hazardous weather conditions. Tasmanians woke today to a winter wonderland as snow fell to low levels, in some cases right down to sea level. But these beautiful scenes also created big disruptions, with major highways closed, schools shut down and several crashes. It's being described as an extremely rare weather event. We begin our coverage with Caitlin Barry in Hobart.
It was a case of good morning Snowbart. While Mount Wellington often provides the capital with a snow show, a frosty reception was right on the doorstep of homes on the outskirts of the CBD and beyond. A blanket of white covering front lawns, roofs and cars.
Wildfires ramp up in the California fire season. The Northern California fire season expanded greatly this past weekend, with increased incidents in the northern part of the state, with the Rocky Fire destroying and damaging homes and other structures, and mandatory evacuations in place for the area. A massive growing wildfire west of Sacramento, California, spans 54,000 hectares. No injuries are reported, though at least 24 homes are destroyed and more than 12,000 people have been ordered to evacuate. Astonishing numbers: 3,400 tonnes, 70% of Kinso's golden pomfret fish output in China are dead. Floods caused by persistent heavy rain over the past few days have poured into the city's fisheries, lowering the salinity of the seawater in which the golden pomfret are bred. The heat waves keep coming. Japan, 40 Japanese nationals dead from heat stroke, while some 25,000 have been admitted to hospitals as Japanese aging population are feeling the heat.
A massive fish kill is making folks sick in Orange Beach. News 5's Pat Peterson has more on why the kill happened and what the city will do to clean up the mess.
Margaret Long lives on Cotton Bayou in Orange Beach.
The smell was unbearable.
The retired teacher usually enjoys her view of the bayou.
It was just terrible. You couldn't even come out and sit on the deck.
But not this week. A massive fish kill has made things a little unpleasant.
The fish were all up to here.
Parts of Southeast Asia have been battered by fatal floods. The Indian state of Manipur has been under incessant monsoon rains. Indian media are reporting that a whole village close to the border with Myanmar has been buried under a landslip. The torrential rains have damaged local infrastructure and washed away bridges and roads. In Myanmar, 27 people have been killed in 4 regions in the west of the country. The areas have been declared disaster zones. Aid agencies are growing concerned about the fate of the refugee camps housing thousands of displaced Rohingya Muslims. It's being reported that Rohingya Muslims are being turned away from shelters in Rakhine State. The heavy rains look set to continue over the coming weeks, exacerbating the problems in both countries.
The Argentinian sky was lit bright green when a large meteor soared across the sky. The phenomenon was clearly visible in Buenos Aires, where many spectators captured the dazzling sight. The most powerful storm in the world, 220-mile-an-hour super typhoon Soudelor barrels towards Taiwan. Islands battered by 40-foot waves and cars flipped along the streets. Fly me to the moon from 1,000,000 miles away. NASA cameras show moon crossing face of the earth. That moon doesn't really look real, does it? It looks kind of strange. An incredible 211 mass shootings in the US in 2015, with 5 months still to go. In the first 6 months of 2015, an incredible 224 deaths and a mesmerising 623 injured. That's around 3 a day. NOAA report record-setting bloom of toxic algae in the North Pacific, which is killing marine life on an industrial scale. Could cesium-134, the so-called fingerprint of Fukushima, be the cause? And finally, heatwave news again. Temperatures you usually associate with places like Iraq. Car steering wheels, roads and road cones melted. Europe is on fire. That's it, folks, for this week. I'd like to congratulate England on retaining the Ashes against Australia. Bye bye, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.